It'd be the countdown music for me.
That's what it really be for me.
I feel like I need to be on the little toaster or something at a concert, like it's countdown. I feel like I need to be on the little toaster or something at a concert, like it's countdown.
Hold on, let me share.
I am ready to get into this episode.
Okay. All right. Okay, we good. Okay.
We go. So, welcome everybody to the Watch Club with A and J.
What's up, y'all?
I am Joelle Bayaa-Uzuri, aka your man's first choice.
I am Adonis, the main dude, the same dude, but never the lame dude, aka your daddy beneficiary.
So before we started on live, we were talking about, because we were at Prairie View for World Day about a week ago.
BCU, shout out.
Okay, because it was really Club Prairie View. At that point, it was Club Prairie View. Because I'm trying to go back. All I needed was a drink, and it would have been on.
Okay.
Is it a dry campus? Can you drink on campus? I mean, I'm just asking for future.
There's ways around everything. I can say, because the funny thing was, when we was drinking on campus, it was always off campus at the parties. Because, like, it gives you very much club preview, but the parties were always off campus, which was, like, not even that far away. And yes, we stayed drunk.
I'm trying to go back.
Yeah, you got to holler us. Oh, and I had... I was supposed to get you a shirt from the bookstore.
That's okay, because we'll be back. Because I'm trying to go back, because I was getting my life from PV. I said, let me get a little cute little shirt, because somebody had a shirt. I said, all right, school spirit.
So this is for my girl Joelle.
Baby, it's gonna get cropped. It's gonna get. It's definitely gonna give. What was her name? Joy on Friday. I need big booty hoes playing when I
looked at your set, when I saw it, it's already gonna get cropped because it's small. So I was like, okay,
it's gonna get tied up. I'm gonna wear it with some coochie curves. I gotta get my Prairie View looking sneakers. Baby, it is going to be on. Summer needs to go ahead and come back because I'm ready to wear this.
You ready to come back? So I got that for you.
But yes, everyone. So welcome to the Watch Club, where every week we discuss the latest TV shows, movies. We talk about what we're watching. This actually period of the Watch Club, we're excited because we will be discussing Insecure, which I absolutely love, and I'm so sad that it's ending. This is the last season.
Me too.
Yeah, it sucks, but we'll be discussing that, and we'll go ahead and get started and kick it off. So, forewarned, we do discuss the show in depth, so there are going to be some spoilers. I do want to say that early on if y'all haven't watched Insecure. We're going to kick it off with the Icebreaker, and the Icebreaker is actually something that they did on this episode. So we are actually doing an Icebreaker called Questions in the Hat. So I am going to ask some questions to kind of break it up a little bit. So the first question I'm going to ask is a question that they actually asked on the episode. Would you marry the last person you had sex with?
That's the way you starting out with?
I look, mine is going to be easy.
Wow.
And you don't have to, you can or don't have to give any details.
Well, listen, my mom never raised no punks. So, Well, no. Just put it like that. No.
So what are we defining as sex here?
You say what?
What are we defining as sex?
See, when I was on that panel, I was talking to the students. Anything like intercourse, oral, all of that all counts as sex. So any of that.
So the last person, no, but the last person I count. I mean, yeah, but the last person I count is yes, but the last person is a no.
Okay. Okay, so since we did that, wow, because I wasn't ready for that, you got me. What about which one of Issa's ex or any of their exes do you think who do you out of all the exes, who's the finest ones to you?
So Daniel was the finest, but I mean Daniel, Lawrence, Dro, it's all aboard Amtrak at this point. It's a pure state with fine niggas. So it's all aboard Amtrak. At this point, Daniel is the finest one. He was the finest. And Issa played him. But I'm also Lawrence Hive. I love me some Lawrence.
I do too. I love Lawrence.
I think he is adorable. I think that it's something about Lawrence. I don't know.
So it you know what we should have did, or we can do that next time, like smash, kill, or marry. But
we are gonna have to do that next time.
Because Lawrence is definitely like hubby, babe. I'm trying to see out of all of them which one. Oh, out of all the exes,
it's giving all smashes over here. I don't know.
You know what? Dro was my favorite.
Dro was fine. You know what? Dro was fine. He was fine. Everybody was fine. Everybody is fine on this secure.
They really are. Dane was fine too. Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
The only person who is kind of to me is Nathan. That's the only one.
Really?
Yeah, he don't do nothing for me. Nathan don't do nothing for me.
Okay.
At all. Like he is all right, but like his beard don't connect. It's spotty and blotchy.
Mine's still trying to grow in.
No, your beard connects. His don't. His beard been looking like that for 2 seasons.
Yeah, his be spotty a motherfucker. So
he's supposed to be a barber, sir.
But I like Nate. I still like him. It's the fact, like, cause I'm a sucker for Southern accents, so I do love Nate's accent. I love. Physically, I like Nate. Like personality-wise, I can't. Yeah.
I'm over Nate. I am not with the Nate and Issa ship. I'm on it. Get me off that ship. I can't. But we gonna get into that. But okay, so I have another question from.
All right.
So, is there an ex that got away?
Oh Lord, here we go.
And I ain't even had a drink.
You know what? Not necessarily they say an ex that got away, but it might be a good 2 or 3 that I would consider like a round 2, as far as like seeing what that opportunity may look like with us as older, more mature, more emotionally intelligent, emotionally mature. So yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
My exes don't never get away because I'm not that far off. They can find me if they want me, and they usually do. So, I mean, I would say, you know what? There actually is one ex that got away. The one that I can't. Joelle, I'm your man's first choice, and I will. If he's mine, he's always gonna be mine. So I'm gonna, I am gonna slide into an ex DM to see how he's doing. So the one ex who got away, he ended up getting remarried, and I tried to slide. I knew he was married. I slid in his DMs. I slid in his friends' DMs trying to get a hold of him. I was like,
you was on it.
I was, because I was like, oh, and I was like, all he got to do is see me. Just let him see me, and then let us talk, and then it's over. It's over. But he was faithful, so that didn't work. He was a guy from New Orleans, and he was very faithful, so that didn't work. He was the one that got away because he's the one I can't get back to. So, it
be like that sometimes.
But everybody else, because these niggas be nigging, so they ain't gonna leave you. They ain't gonna leave you alone for too long. They gonna come back. They're gonna.
I got a way of coming back. What about y'all? The viewers watching. I'm trying to see. I see the number, but I can't see like the comments or anything.
Yeah, y'all. We want to know: is there an ex that got away? We are talking insecure. We're talking exes, and we are talking healing. Right now, we talking exes. I'm being a little messy, but we won't be talking about exes for long. I do got another question about exes though before we move along. Okay, are you the drink and call an ex type?
Most definitely. Not only am I the drink and call an ex type, I'm the drink, and if you answer, I'm on my way over there.
Oh.
I done woke up the next morning at ex's house. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But yes, the one that be drug texting the kind of ex, that's me. Depending on how fucked up I get, yeah, that's me.
See, I don't really have. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I am.
You say you're.
Yeah.
Now listen, have you ever experienced somebody drunk texting or calling you, and then you invited them? Now you sober, but you invited them to come over.
Yes.
Okay.
It has definitely happened.
Okay.
If I don't have you blocked, and all you got to do is work. Look, Joelle is not a difficult chick. I am very easy. All you got to do is wear me down. And I'm not talking about the bugaboos. I'm talking about if I even show a smidge of interest and I like you, just wear me down. My attitude be for show. Just wear me down.
Gotcha.
And it's really because I think for me, the thing is timing. So I think with most people, the deal breaker is always bad timing. I always have a thing where I have bad timing with people. So if you catch me at the right moment and it's good timing, it's gonna go down. But a lot of
going down.
It's always bad timing. That's usually what it is.
What about y'all viewers? Have y'all ever drunk text anybody, or have y'all ever drunk text somebody, drunk call somebody, or has anybody drunk text and call you and y'all said, go ahead and come slide through?
Because ain't nothing wrong with it.
At all. Listen. Okay. So let's kick. Okay, you know what? So, because we didn't get to do last week, so you want to do a little bit last week going into this one, overcap, what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can do a recap. Instead of talking about what we're watching, we can talk about last week and go into this week because I really enjoyed last week's episode.
Okay.
So last week, forewarned, we doing spoilers if you haven't seen it. So last week on Insecure. So last week was when Molly's mom was sick.
Right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because the weeks be blending together. So last week on Insecure, Molly's mom was sick. She was in the hospital, and she's in the hospital. Wait, was she? No. Okay. No. So I'm 2 weeks behind. So last week was when Molly went on the work retreat.
Right. That's on tired. Okay.
So Molly went on a work retreat with her law firm, and she's talking to them, and this is not Molly when she first started at the law firm. Like everybody is cool, they warmed up to Molly. So they're talking about first impressions, and they talk about how they.
Well, hold on, because you missed the opening of last episode when Lisa had that daydream about Condola Lawrence and the baby.
Because I don't be wanting to talk about coronavirus and Lawrence, but so Issa, okay, so the end of the previous episode, Issa sees Lawrence, the baby Elijah Muhammad, and she sees Condoleezza. So they all together.
Right.
And Issa, she walks away. So then at the beginning of this episode, Issa goes up to them. Right. She asks to hold the baby. She holds the baby, and it's just this warm moment that's interrupted because Issa chucked the baby. And then she kicked coronavirus. So then she bucked at Lawrence. So that ends up being a fantasy of Issa.
All right.
So Issa then it goes into Issa having sex with Nathan. And she's talking about how, he talking about how he loved the sex or whatever. She asking him what else did he love. Trying to get him to tell her that he loved her. That didn't go. So then it goes into Molly at the retreat. And then
right.
So what is the guy's name that she works with? Is it Torian,
I believe.
Torian. So, her and Torian have been workplace nemesis this whole show since she started at this law firm. But now, they kind of warmed up to each other. So then it goes to Molly waking up. She's super hungover, and it's a watch in her bed with a whole bunch of candy. So she goes down and she asks them, she says she found a watch in the hall, but Torian, lets her know that that's his watch. Right. And, they were all up laughing and drinking and stuff. So, then it cuts to, Issa and Nathan. Oh, no. Then it cuts to Issa stalking Lawrence on his page, and she figures out that he's moved back to LA. So right. Issa is essentially thinking that Lawrence moved back to LA and he's back with Condola and that they're a happy family. So that's what Issa's thinking. So, then there's a whole backstory about what's his name? Kayshawn or
who? Which one?
Kofi.
Him. I forgot his name, but yeah.
There's a whole backstory about him and Issa going back and forth because he essentially is kind of attacking her rep because of how their work relationship soured when he had his fashion show. So that's going on in the background, but don't nobody care about that. So I really care about Molly and Torian. That's who I can really care about. So Molly and Torian are drinking and they talking, and Molly's talking about her mom and what's going on with her mom. And Torian reveals that, he had someone in his family that was sick. And, they have this really just, this beautiful exchange that I was so excited about and so happy for.
Torian hot.
He is cute. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm like, go ahead, Molly. And then what ends up happening is that Molly, to sum that up, Molly ends up finding out that her mother wakes up and her and Torian share this embrace. And she, she's so happy. And then that embrace lasts a little bit longer, than it should have. And right. They have this real cute exchange. It was really adorable. I think that they are so cute.
They compliment each other.
They
do. If it ends up going down that route,
I hope it does.
I don't want them still to work together, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I really want Molly to find, because that's been her ongoing struggle the whole show. And I really hope that that's her end game. But I just want them to give her a little bit more time because they're not dedicating enough time to they're not dedicating enough time to nobody but Nathan. It's getting on my nerves. But so one thing with Nathan that they do talk about is him and another barber get into it. And when him and the barber get into it, the barber throws in Nathan's face his bipolar condition. Yep. And that in turn sparks an interesting argument between Issa and Nathan, where Issa, accuses Nathan of leaving again, and then makes it about her, and then Nathan turns around and calls her inconsistent, and he then tells her she's all over the place and she's inconsistent. So what did you think about that argument?
Okay. Because I made that pose before I had got my news last Monday. I know a lot of people, it's different vantage point. Listen, I gotta be real. I can't fake the funk. I was really team Issa on that part right there. Like, I've dated more than one person with different mental health disparities. This is not a moment, nor I feel as though that's important. We should share a light on it. However, I think we need to start having a realistic conversation. I know we're all ideally, a lot of us want to say, oh, I can work through it. I can do this. But when I say you, it's exhausting. And especially when a person refuses not only to be in therapy routinely, but that in addition to not taking medication and knowingly, I can even say this to my mom. My mom got a hysterectomy, like I want to say in the 90s. I was probably like, I forgot how old I was, but I was still a kid. I was in elementary. And my mom's, as you know, with a hysterectomy, women who, that's all different conversation with black women and hysterectomies. But anyway, your hormone balance is off. My mom, so in a way she became manic. And if she's not on her medication, she's somewhat manic and very high level anxiety and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. My mom, she don't realize, to her she's probably on a 3. When we were dealing with her, and then even that time she don't want to take her medicine, she's on a 12 with us. Mm-hmm. But you just really have to know what your deal breakers are and be ready to subscribe to that. I'm not saying it's something that no one should do. I'm saying for me, if someone isn't in routine therapy when they have a mental health disparity and they're not medicated, I can't be romantically involved in them.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think that I was team nobody in that argument because I was like, they both get on my nerves. And I wanted to be team Issa, but Issa literally, she is not over Lawrence. Like,
no, hell no.
Anything that has to do with Lawrence triggers her. Like, and she is all like, just like Nathan said, she's all over the place. Now, I will say that I think that Nathan, he seems like he's a cool dude. He seems so real cool. However, I think that his pattern of behavior just shows that he still has some stuff that he needs to work on. This is not even when Issa cried in his mouth, essentially, and he left in the middle of the night, that's not the first time that he just dipped and disappeared on her. And I think that she, it's all of these red flags and she picks and chooses when she ignores them. Right. And I think that they're just both, like, Nathan is her rebound. Like, he's a glorified rebound. And, like, she is not over Lawrence. And I think that that's literally what, like, literally she's triggered by Lawrence, and then she makes this drastic, act of love towards Nathan. And I just think that, like, girl, no, he still got to do his work, and girl, you still got to do yours. Like, they both just need to get away from each other for real.
Yeah, they do. And but what again I love about this is it's so realistic. Even when I was in a situation with someone who basically a mental health professional told them that they were bipolar, and they refused to go to therapy, get medication. And it was just like it resonated so much with me, and I'm so glad. Again, I love Insecure. I know a lot of people want it to be the bells and the whistles and everything this season. However, for me, I'm loving it because of the authenticity and the normalcy of it. You know, it's very real. So yeah, like when they were going through that, don't get me wrong, my heart goes out to Nathan and all that he's going through. But I know I had got a lot of feedback from other people as far as posts, and it's like I know I ain't got it in me. I can deal with a lot. I can't deal with anybody that's struggling, unfortunately, with mental health and refuse to do anything about it. It's different if you're going to therapy and you're taking medication. I'm willing to meet you halfway. But if you just like, you know, I'm gonna be real. I don't even like deal with like moodiness. Cause baby, you can set your watch to how I'm feeling. You know what's gonna piss me off. You know what's gonna make me laugh. And it. I'm not saying everyone should be on that same wave. However, I'm cool with people who are moody. Just deal with me when you're in the mood that complements each other. Cause I'm not nobody's bunch of bad. I'm gonna treat you the way I want you to treat me, and vice versa. And if you can't, then I think I'd rather just be cordial and just have those quote unquote girlfriend or homeboy moments and leave it there.
Yeah, you know what? I think that I don't like him for Issa, but I really do feel for his his mental health journey. I really do. Okay. But I do think that like he realizes like he also has triggers for his mental health. Like, and his mental health gets called out a lot. And I think that like he should be making the responsible decision to pull back and like be like, I need to take care of my shit. Like, I need to go to therapy. I need to get on some medication or something. Cause like literally his mental health has been a trigger in multiple episodes. So I feel for him. I don't think that he's good for Issa. I don't think that this type of rebound is good for her. They just get on my nerve in general. Like they just get on my nerves. Like, oh God, where is Lawrence? This is not what we signed up for.
Right. So then that brings us. Since we're doing both of them, I guess we can mesh them in together. Now, I will say this: who I've always had a crush on this show, and I want to see more of him, was Molly's brother.
Yeah, he is. He is attractive. He is attractive. You know who I thought? I think that I actually think Insecure cast men really well. I mean, even the men that aren't that attractive be attractive. Like
they are attractive, yeah.
They definitely know what they be doing. Like even like the top flight security guy that Issa slept with last season, the kind of chubbier one. I mean, he was even cute. I was like, yeah, he was a realistic, attractive man. I'm here for this.
Okay, so then we're moving on. Okay, so let's see. What else was a big?
So before we move on to this week's episode, so what was your favorite moment from last week's episode?
Hold on, I'm thinking as I got it playing on the background. So I'm trying to remember. It was so many different moments. You have to come back to me.
I already know mine is Molly and Torian. Look, I don't even care about Issa is wearing me out this season. Give me more Molly. Give me more Torian. I think that they are just so cute. Like even this episode, the little that we got from them was my favorite part of the episode.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Hold on, because I'm going. I don't. You know what? Hold on. I'm looking while I'm talking. I know. Okay, so they end up going to the shop, having that conversation. I did love the fact that they got good news dealing with Molly's mother.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what else. But my favorite part, Molly and Torian. I was happy that they were connecting. However, it made it awkward to me because again, them working. I hate like being in the workspaces, and then you got them situations and stuff like that. Cause let me tell you something. I know I ain't did it in the last decade. That I know for sure. But I know I ain't did it in the last 5 to 8 years. Let's say that. But like when those work situationships, whatever you call them, don't work out, it just makes the whole environment toxic. It's just it's a lot.
So I haven't done it in about a decade either. But like, what? I mean, I don't know. It definitely does get messy, but I think that we'll see. So I'm different. I identify with Molly because Molly leads with work, and I too lead with work. So I see the work romance. I'm like, girl, yes, I see it. I see it. Yes, that's what she needs. And he got her like he tough, like. But I don't know.
So if you was in that situation, you really click somebody at work, what would you do? Would you continue to pursue it while still working there? Would you like try to go to another firm and then see what it's about?
I would proceed with much caution. Because for me, I don't ever want to mess up the money, and I don't ever want to, if y'all vibe at work and like the working relationship is good, I never want to mess that up. And anytime that I've had like a workplace, it was never romance, it was like a fling. It was never somebody that was on my level, essentially, or here. It was always
there's definitely a lawsuit.
I definitely have been on some Me Too stuff.
Okay.
I hope I don't get caught up, but I definitely have been on some other stuff. But I definitely think that I would proceed with caution, and it would definitely have to be some great communication. But I also feel like as I get older, I go into relationships differently.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't, if I'm going into a sort of relationship or situation like that, I'm making sure that we are protecting whatever needs to be protected. Like, so I don't know, but I'm here for it though. I'm here for, especially because work is so important to her, and that's somebody that gets it. Like, he gets it and understands. So I think that they are so cute.
Okay.
I'm so sick of Nathan. I'm like, we can switch him out with Tori, and Nathan need to go to Texas or something. He need to go on a trip because.
Come back to okay, so now we're moving into this week's episode. I love the beginning scene with all of them there, the girls hanging out. Even it's so crazy because again, you got different moments where you identify differently with them. At least with me, resonate. So I love seeing all of them because I see certain things that remind me of myself, and then other subsets of friend groups. So.
This episode was them having a girls' night in. It was supposed to be a girls' night out, but because of the heaviness, and not even heaviness in a bad way, but just the bonding and the girl time that they have. They play the questions in the hat game. They're drinking, they're dancing, they're revealing things about themselves. It ends up being a girls' night in, where they, eat and essentially just stay in. And I think that what I really enjoy the dynamic of the four of them. Like, I think whether it is more serious or not, I think that they are like, they're just energy. Like, the dynamic of the four of them, and even the way that they interact within the foursome, because within the foursome you have like Issa and Molly, you have Tiffany and Kelly, like, and even their dynamics like work, like they work. So I absolutely loved, that. I loved that part of the episode. I loved the game. I like even Molly putting the question in about the vase, about Issa breaking the vase.
Right.
Like, the fact that they carry the jokes and they have carrying the inside jokes over, like, I really appreciate it and enjoy it. And it just goes to show how friendships are. Like, literally, that's how friendships are. Like, I'm gonna bring up something from 4 years ago, and we're gonna talk about it like it happened yesterday because I'm still hot. But I also enjoyed like when they started talking about exes, and then Issa started talking about Lawrence because it's like she just can't stop. Molly stopped her, and they were able to have a conversation in the moment about it. And I was really proud of Molly for stopping her in a way that wasn't putting Issa down, but it was
right. Now I do applaud Molly. And that shows the growth into their relationship from when they were getting into it last season until now. Like, it's a perfect example of showing being adult. Because in certain friendships, especially adult friendships, like let's say, for instance, you may fall out, but you fall back in. That really showed growth. The fact that they're not only just, hey, we're living in this false sense of harmony and big, but no, we've talked about our shit. We're working on our shit. We know what the magnus is, and we've grown from it.
Yeah.
I've never seen another show that's been like that, at least quote unquote for us. Even when they did it, I guess that's more of a Gen X thing. When they did it for Girlfriends between Joan and Tony, it was still very.
Like they did it for Joan and Tony. I think that they could have did it. I feel like it was they never really like show growth, especially with how they ended it. Like they definitely. I feel like they never really showed growth, and they always seem to come back to the same issues. Like, and then I think the last season,
know that it wasn't any work being done. They weren't having those hard conversations or those confrontations. But you know what? It's a good example of how we've seen, and sometimes in certain situations with certain friends, y'all get into it just automatically. Hey, don't talk about it no more. Let's just continue to move forward without addressing it. Hence the reason why I know we talking about insecure, but even with Girlfriends, why Joan and Tony will always circle back into that same issue, some type of way.
They always circle back into it, always, and I feel like they never grew. And I love Girlfriends. I rewatch it constantly, but I do see like it was a lot of. What I appreciate about Insecure is the nuances and the complexities of the characters. And I feel like on Girlfriends, it was very much like, they weren't two-dimensional, but it wasn't like, there just wasn't enough growth. Like, there wasn't enough growth at all.
I would say this, though, I love the dynamic, the four of them. To me, and I could be wrong, and I could be overthink, but whenever I'm overthinking some shit, it's 9 times out of 10 it seems to be right. But the dynamic between Issa, Kelly, and Molly, it seems like they really have a real friendship outside of the show.
Yeah, it does.
Because it seems like, though I love the chemistry between the four of them, it seems like with Amanda / Tiffany, it just seems very much like that, that pop-in friend, like a friend of the show.
Yeah.
And even while they were getting ready for this season, Amanda didn't promote anything dealing with the show until like the week of.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it could be all this shit that had happened during the wartime when she got put out that show. It was so much shit, but it could be that.
Yeah, Amanda, I definitely could see that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is she even directing any? I mean, because it's interesting because it just seems like the three of them have taken more leadership roles in the show, and Amanda's just kind of there. Which, I mean, I kind of feel that way about Tiffany. Like, she's a part, but like, I'm like, like if she's not in the episode, I don't miss her.
Yeah. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's things that Tiffany does I really resonate with. I said, oh shit, I can see that in myself. But overall, it's just like, and I wasn't buying it. Like when they had that touching moment, when Tiffany was like, oh, Derek's gonna move to Denver. I'm like, that acting, I was like, what's going on, Mom? It really fell flat for me.
That, you know what annoyed me with that was like, Tiffany and Kelly are supposed to be like cool. Like, Kelly hosted your baby shower, but you kept this from her. Like, and you gonna reveal it here. Like, that is kind of like, if they would have said, if Kelly would have revealed that and been like, yeah, I knew, like, or something like that. But I'm just like, so you didn't tell any of them, like, and you and Kelly supposed to be really close. Like, I was like, that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Now maybe just my, but even with our little free group, we talking about in living colors. What felt so much so scripted and strategic, like when we hear some like dealing with one of us or like something that's like really a kiki, we sharing it in the group. When it took until somebody bring up Lawrence about the baby shower, and then or even Issa waited then to our forum them was there to say, oh, I saw them at the hospital the other day. I'm like, no, that's some shit you text everybody, bitch. Guess what?
Instantly. You text
Other
instantly. I'm like, how is y'all communication? Because I'm confused. Like, it's so interesting. Like, but I guess that just shows the conversations. I think it just shows how it could be a little more realistic, because I'm just like, I feel like in friend circles especially, I feel like things like that are shared instantly, like, oh my god, I just saw this nigga in the hospital and he with her and that damn baby. Like, you share something. And then I also feel like even amongst friend groups there are still separate like there are conversations that are had. Like, I'm like, if you and Tiffany are closer, like Tiffany should have definitely told Kelly that she was moving. Like, it just is very interesting that she didn't, especially with how close they make the group and even the pairs within the group, how they are. Because if it was something with Issa and Molly, they would have been new already. Like, been right. So that was interesting.
Okay, so we had already talked about Molly when she had stopped Issa from making that call with Lawrence. And again, this shows the growth. I like how she had said she didn't put it down. She like, look, girl, you have issue being insecure, but girl, if you still feel this way in the morning, then go ahead and do it.
And even like with Dro calling her and she didn't answer, I was like, look at my girl growing.
Growth.
Yeah. Growth. I was so happy. I was like, because Issa was Issa.
I will say this, and maybe I'll post it on Facebook. Maybe we can cover. I love Kelly. Kelly brings so much to the show. I don't know. We talk about it, but what I don't want to see anymore, and I don't give a damn whether it's a black show, white show, Latinx show. I don't want to see that character of the quote unquote fat funny friend.
We could definitely talk about that now.
So, yeah. All that they don't ever really go deep into their love life, the other things, making like they're just there for like a punchline. I want to see more.
That was so I started Harlem, and I also wasn't in the mood for Harlem, oddly enough, so I ended up stopping it. Because I was very much in an Insecure mood. I just came off of Insecure and tried to start Harlem, and I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. And it was just very much like, so the funny one, I mean, everybody is funny, but the funny one is the heavier set one.
Right.
Like, damn, so we doing this again? Like,
it's definitely a trope. And I can't even say it's black. It's a black thing, because we know white shows that had it. It's just, I'm tired of seeing it. I want, like, there's more to people of size than them just being funny. Like,
I'm also tired of seeing, and I mean, in Harlem, and I barely watch 15 minutes, but in Harlem they do have a black queer female character, which I think that's cool. But I'm like, in these larger cities, in like a city like New York or LA, so it's for black women, but none of y'all are queer, or none of y'all are trans, or none of y'all, like, I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing this. Like, and I love the shows, and I'm gonna support them, and I'm gonna rock with them, but I'm like, we gotta let go of this whole, like, because it's the same shit that y'all talked about Sex and the City for, not having black women. Well, y'all doing the same thing, actually. Y'all are doing the exact same thing. Like, literally, because I'm like, well, Harlem, you could easily just be Insecure at this point. Like, only you in New York and not LA. Like, I'm just like, I want to stop seeing that. Like, I really want to see, if we're going to be in a big city and we're going to be diverse and we're going to push the envelope, then let's push it. Like, because it's like, you all act like larger women can't be anything other than funny, or trans women don't even exist in these circles. So that's something that I'm really like, okay, because even that was my one little gripe with Insecure. Like, okay, y'all had one-off queer characters, but like y'all in LA and like it's no prominent queer characters. Like Issa, I know your brother was queer, but it's like no queer, no trans, no nothing. Like,
and not even just that, they don't even come in contact with them often. Again, the same shit y'all was trying to hold Sex in the City, but you know what? This just leaves opportunity for people of our community to make something like that that's really of us.
Yeah, because I really and it sucks because also, and I mean it happens across the board. It happens on the queerest folks. It happens on the Noah's Arks. Like it happens, but I think that like it. I would like to see a show. I mean, and like an Insecure or Harlem, or I always say like a Friends or a Living Single, but like that has queer characters that are not the sidekick or the punchline. Like we just doing regular stuff and not in trauma. Like we're not, dealing with trauma. So I don't know. That's always my hope.
Right.
Like I would like to, because I feel like I always identify with the Insecure or like not, I don't like Friends, but like a Living Single or something. Because it's like it's literally people just living, just doing stuff, and like
and that's what I love so much about Insecure. Again, I know we said it like I don't need all the bells and whistles for it to be realistic. I want to see. Listen, we didn't got all this sitcom shit all through our lives up until now. I like some relatable ass shit. Like I'm here for it, and they got their moments, too.
They do.
So I'm here for it. Like it don't even gotta have a big climactic and then like it gives me that it's gonna very much be a situation with Whitney and Dwayne. Baby, please.
I hope so.
Lauren.
Kick that baby, Issa. Kick it in real life. God, I'm sick of it. So speaking of which, so now let's talk about cause and effect in Lawrence, because I am just so sick of them in this Elijah Muhammad.
Cause and effect.
I am so sick of Elijah Muhammad, the baby too. So,
you know what? I'm glad to see that they're showing that they healthier side, and again, what it looks like to co-parent in a healthy situation.
I am happy. I am happy that they fixed their little parenting. I am happy for the showing of co-parenting. However, I am not happy that Lawrence is playing daycare daddy of the year and Condoleezza Rice's with this baby building bookshelves and stuff. That is not what I pay my HBO Max dollars for. I am not paying for this. I want more Lawrence interacting with Issa, not Lawrence interacting with Condola. No, I'm
listen, it's just, again, that's the reality. I mean, shit. There are good times with your baby mama that y'all connect with, and y'all are connected by, you'll see. And don't mean that y'all gonna get together. Shit, me and my son mama click all the time. Damn sure ain't gonna get together, but I like the example of what it shows, because so many times we've seen people, or characters to where their parents are either divorced or they're together, then later get a divorce. But this shows a young couple like doing it. And though it's not perfect, it shows that it can be healthy.
I really want to know what their situation is and how, because I'm like, okay, let's bring this back to Issa, because I'm over this. Like, I'm over this. We need to bring. I really want to know, and I know that they're not together because they would have showed them together. But I really want to know, like, what is going on? Like, I know they're not together. I know that they're co-parenting. But it's like, Lawrence, what the hell are you doing? Like, what is going on? They are wasting too much time on Nathan. That I can't do it. Nathan need to go. I'm sick of it.
Hey, dude, like, I'm with you. I mean, I want Issa and Lawrence together. I don't give it that. Well, no, I wouldn't have want Nathan for Condola neither. Like, it's just.
I want, you know what? I would even be okay if they had. It doesn't have to be a storybook ending with Issa and Lawrence. It could be a realistic one, but I want them together, or I want them on the path of together.
Yeah,
like give me something. But I think this season, and I get it, like I get what people are saying. I think this season is very anticlimactic. Like it's not giving the how shows usually are when it's the final season. Like, you know, we gonna come with the boom pow every episode. It's not. It's literally giving like this is life. This is what's going on. Like, and I get it. I mean, I'm both happy, and I want more. They have me on the edge of my seat, but I get it because Insecure is very that. It's very anticlimactic. Like it doesn't like it's not gonna give you that, you know, somebody having like it gives it to you, but it doesn't give you, it's not amping up the drama like that.
Right. Not at all. Not at all. Okay.
Well, what was your favorite?
This episode again, it wasn't that much, but I like how simple it was, and majority it was just the four of them chilling and hanging. I like
the positivity of the episode. Like I liked that it showed a friend circle and it showed the reality. It showed a friend circle who hadn't gotten together in a while. It's not a group that get together every night for drinks, or they get together every night for happy hour. Like they couldn't even remember when they had gotten together. And like, you know, they're playing catch up. And I think it just shows the reality of also friend groups growing apart. Like, you know, even though Tiffany is whatever, I think that her expressing that just showed the reality of what happens. Like people, you know, in friend groups, they have babies and they get married and they grow apart. And I thought that was really, I just enjoyed their moments together. Like I really enjoyed their moments together. But I think overall the episode was really about healing. It was about relationships, not necessarily romantic and sexual, but it really showed just intimate relationships in general. Even Lawrence and CeCe Peniston, was cool.
Keep on walking, keep on talking.
She need to keep on walking because I'm sick of her. She getting even more time than I want. But like even them showing their co-parenting, like this was a very much feel good, like positive episode. And it toned down the drama, which I think it's refreshing, honestly.
I'm here for it.
So what would you like to see happen?
Oh Lord. I don't want no expectations.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I mean, I'm always thinking, I wish I would have did this. I want this to be whatever it's meant to be. And I want to take from it all the gems and stuff that's dropped from it. I just want it to continue to be authentic.
Yeah.
I can do one major climax, but I just want what I don't want is nobody dying.
Oh, I don't see. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope nobody dies. I can't see it though, because they don't really.
Oh, but you never know. Well, you never. I ain't gonna go there.
Oh yeah, no. I hope nobody dies.
Because I can see. I hate. I know I got to be real. If anyone is, and they want to bring awareness because it happens within the Black community, and not saying people who deal with mental health disparities, are the ones who deal with suicidal thoughts or suicide. But however, if anyone was to die, I definitely think, but I know it bring the whole tone of the show down. But I think because I almost thought it was going to happen that time they were looking for Tiffany. And also I could see it with Nate.
I'm curious to know how they're going to bring together Lawrence and Daniel. I mean, like Lawrence and Issa. And like Issa, she was tweeting saying that the last 3 episodes are her favorite episodes. I'm like, girl, okay, come on now. But I'm very, I'm intrigued because I'm so invested in the show. So I'm like,
right.
I'm intrigued. I'm invested. I'm like, okay, we're doing this. Like, it's almost a wrap. But I'm definitely curious to see how they're gonna wrap this up.
I want it to be a Kelly spinoff.
Yeah, they need to do something with Kelly. I need more Kelly because I need more Kelly. The characters that I need more of, they're not giving it to me. I need more Kelly, and I want more Molly on the show, and they are just not giving me the Molly that I want. So, yeah, I would love a Kelly spinoff.
Yeah, because I want something that, and then they can come back here and there, whoever spin off, so it won't be like, fine. But I would love to see what that looks like. Like, long as it, but I don't want no Tiffany and no Derek spinoff. I don't want none of that.
Oh, that would be so boring. That would be so boring.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I like Derek. Tiffany is whatever, but I like Derek. I think he's a good guy. I like
He's
him.
a good man, Savannah. He's a good man.
He's a good man, because
even with all like his toxic shit, the fact that man is such a excellent husband and father like wins me over.
He is definitely a good provider. He definitely is.
And something about fatherhood just makes Lawrence even more sexy to me when he got his baby. It's just
He does. I'm like, come on now. Come on. I'm Lawrence Hive. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I need it. But what about you? What are some predictions? What would you like to see?
Honestly, I just want to see more of the characters that I love. Like I love Molly. I like Issa and Molly. I think that they're above Issa and Lawrence. I think that Issa and Molly are my favorite relationship. Like that's been my favorite thing this season is them being back together. Like
I thought about this. Hopefully Issa don't pull no shit like this. But what if Issa end up getting pregnant by Nate and her and Lawrence end up getting back together still? And then they both got their outside babies together.
Oh, that would be a mess. I hope that they would not do that. I hope and pray. That would be a disaster. Oh my God, that would be a disaster. I really, even though I get it, but I don't want them to mess with the couples. I want them to bring the couples together. Like, don't mess with the couples. And don't do no crazy stuff with Nathan. Like
that part.
Like Nathan need to go away. Like, and I want Issa to realize that Nathan is a rebound.
Oh, now I will say this. Oh, now it's just again. I love a Southern accent. I love me a Southern accent. I mean, they don't get no better than Texas. Well, Houston, Texas to me. I don't want to hear no Dallas accent. But anyway, but when Nathan said, "I love you," and I've been loved, just like
I ignored that. I ignored that whole.
You ignored it.
I have to watch it again because I ignored it because I don't know what Nathan be talking about.
Y'all Scorpios, but y'all can be so. Y'all ain't here for it. Y'all ain't here.
I am not. I am just like, next. Where is Lawrence? That's what I be. I be like, where is Lawrence? I be pausing. I be having to check how much time I have left on the episode because I'm like, baby, we only got 8 more minutes. Where is Lawrence? Why? I only got one scene. Are you kidding me? I'm like, no. And then next week episode, she talking about Nathan moving in. I'm like, no, you moving in the wrong direction, girl.
Yeah, so you must be doing the opposite.
I'm ready for Lawrence to trigger her again. I'm like, this girl, just trigger her already. But he needs to pop up on her. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, you do. But you know what? Also, I think it's time for it to start to come to an end, for it to be more realistic. Well, a lot of people, I don't know if they really pay attention to, but like as shows in the past have become more popular, production gets better, styling gets better. The actors end up making money and, becoming millionaires. They look, I don't care how they try to dress them down. A lot of times, this is like on a Shameless or something like that. They still look like millionaires. Now Issa Rae don't look the same Issa Rae she did. Like all of them have glowed up and reasonably so, but you can tell outside that, let's say if it's a Halle Berry and Bruce, she looks good, she fits the part, but she still looks like a multi-millionaire that's getting ready for a role, So I don't want it to get to that point to where
you can even tell even Issa in this episode, like I'm like, oh, okay, Issa.
The skin glowing.
Body? I said, when did Issa get body like that? I said, right. Oh, okay. But yeah, I feel like all shows, I mean, it's very rare, maybe except the soaps, but I feel like shows only need a good 5, maybe 6 seasons, because after that 5th/6th season, that's when the show usually go left. Like,
yeah, unless it's like a real heavy drama. Say for CSI, I can keep going. Grey's Anatomy can keep going, but that topic and like shit like that can always keep going. Not saying we can't keep going with the Insecure, but I don't want us to be so connected to where we end up having a situation like Sex in the City.
oh yeah.
Like I want us to be able to have. I don't want us to have detachment issues. Like this is good. Let's have something else. Now,
You
I
know,
don't mind the
I
Insecure
really
movie.
wish that, however, the thing that I wish is I wish that Girlfriends got the treatment that Sex in the City got. Because there's no reason why Sex in the City got 2 movies and they coming back for this reboot show.
Listen,
Girlfriends can't even get a movie.
well, you probably was out. You was in LA when all that time when all the like that writer strike. They hurt a lot of people.
Oh yeah. So the writer strike, and it's happened a couple of times. The big writer strike happened. I'm trying to remember. It happened the 3rd season of Scandal. It happened the season that she was pregnant, I think. But that it happened. The writer strike happened the season of Scandal when it just went crazy. Like it went fucking left.
That was the last one. I remember like the first one was when Heroes was out because that was my show.
Oh, yeah. And
I named my dog Silent because of that show. So
the other writer strike happened when reality TV started because they didn't want to pay writers and give them the royalties and give them like benefits. And so what they did was they ended up stopping scripted and starting reality shows. And that's why reality shows started because they didn't want to pay the writers. So that's why, we got all 50 billion of these reality shows. But yeah, the writer strike, people don't understand how that affects like literally stuff will stop and like nothing. And we won't even know how stuff is supposed to be because of the writer strike.
Right. Okay. So that's how we winding down. This was good. I'm enjoying it.
I am too. We got to pick our next show after Insecure though, or if we're gonna do movies weekly. That's the one thing that we have to think about.
Like say it again.
If we're gonna do a show after Insecure ends, or if we're gonna do.
Oh no, we still gonna do movies list because we got started off with King. Wait, we talked about King Richard already? No,
we haven't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we got lists. I was gonna be movies.
Yeah, we'll have to do movies weekly. I mean, we might be able to do some shows. I can't really.
Absolutely.
I can't really.
Our Kind of People is pretty good.
So I've heard mixed stuff about Our Kind of People.
Okay.
I've heard that it is very. The writing is very interesting. But I heard that like it's still worth watching. So I want to watch it because I heard Lance Gross is on there. And baby, I need the eye candy. But
it's definitely a Fox show. The writing is very it can be very performative and all that. It's for the night. It's on the right network. It's not something. It's not like it's a Netflix series.
So how do you watch Queens?
Queens?
With Eve?
I don't.
So that's an interest. So I feel like that's very much along the lines of a Fox show. It's very interesting. It's very showy. It's very interesting. Brandy they all look really good.
Oh, wait, I'm tripping. So I have been watching it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about Queens. My mind automatically went to Queen's Gambit. So I have been watching it. It's very much a reflection of the network is on.
Yeah, it is. It's very much that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to hang with it, even though it to be doing too much sometimes. But
it's on ABC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. It's very much ABC.
It is. I'm trying to stick it out though. I'm really trying to stick it out because I want to support the girls. But
yeah. We'll see.
It's an ABC show, and I'm like, oh no, this show get me corny sometimes. I don't know.
Okay. What is, before we close out, what would be a must for you at the end of Insecure that you like? It's a must. Like I have to see this. I have to.
I think so. the end goal, the end game for me, I do want Issa and Lawrence together, but the actually I need the last scene to be Issa and Molly. Like the second to last scene can be Lawrence and Issa, but I need the last scene to be Issa and Molly, because I think that the end game for the show for me has always been Molly and Issa. Like to me, they are the central relationship. I think that their relationship has defined the show. I think that their friendship is just, I mean, the last couple of seasons, it literally was the show. Like their roller coaster friendship. But I think that that's really the only thing I have to see. And I really want Molly to find somebody, because they need to stop playing my girl. But other than that, I just want to see what I want to be surprised. I want to be, I want to be surprised. I want to be shocked. I really wish that the episodes were just a little bit longer. Like, can y'all give us 15 more minutes? Like, come on. Yeah. But I get it. But I think that's really the only things that I must see. Like, I must see the last scene with Molly and Issa, whatever is going to happen. And I would like the last episode to have something with with Issa and Lawrence. Something. Wherever they need to go to get to that, it don't matter. But something.
Okay.
What about you?
You know what? I co-sign everything you said. My last scene would be, I love Issa mirror scene, so I would love it be self-reflection.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
You know what scene I really liked? I might have to start the show over. The scene when it wasn't the end of season 1. It was the end of, I believe, season 2. When it was Molly and Issa, and they like had on, like, I think it might have been African garb, and like they were at Molly's house or Molly's apartment, and they were just basically, like, it was the last scene of the season, and they were talking about their friendship, like how they had each other. And I love that scene so much.
I gotta go back and watch it.
It was a really cute, it was a very cute scene. Like, it was like, they ain't had no man, but they had each other. Like, Dro, Issa, Issa was single, Molly was, off with Dro, and they were just together, and they were just talking about how, they were single and they always had each other. So I thought that was really cute. It was a really.
I'm here for that. Okay.
I love the scene. I love the final scene. I just love Molly and Issa. I'm all about strong friendships. But I even love the final scene from last season when Molly and Issa are in the little restaurant talking.
Oh, I love it.
And they have the Tyler Creator playing. I mean, that scene just makes me cry every time. I swear. I'm like, I'm always here for
it. All right. Well, boss lady, that wraps up our second show. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you all. And definitely please join us next week, where we will be talking about Insecure. We will be talking about what we're watching. I think The Matrix is out. That's random, but
is it?
I think it might be on HBO.
Okay, I'm about to check it out.
I think so. And I mean, even though I know people aren't really checking for it, but Sex and the City premieres this week. I'm a Sex and the City.
I'm gonna watch it. I mean, I didn't watch every episode of the show. I watched the movies, so
I watched the shows. I'm a very big Sex and the City fan. So I'm gonna watch it. You know what? It's also Nicole Ari Parker is on
right.
And she looks amazing. Like, and
she deserves this. She deserves this.
And they're all the same age, which is very, it just shows that black don't crack. Because she looked like she's 10 years younger.
Yeah, mama don't play.
She looks good.
She does.
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not on. But I know it must be premiering this week then.
Okay.
It must be premiering.
I'll keep the lookout for it.
Because I don't see it because I just pulled up my app. Okay, yeah, it premieres this week. But I know it's the new movie of the month on HBO. That I do know.
I'm gonna be looking out for it because we definitely need to talk about that.
Oh yeah, yes, we definitely do. That I'm excited for. I'm really excited for Spider-Man, but don't get me to. I've been talking about Spider-Man for.
Listen, we'll have a whole nother like Marvel DC conversation.
When Spider-Man comes out, y'all get ready. The Watch Club will be DC versus Marvel. It just be prepared for that episode.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm already let y'all know I'm Team Marvel through and through.
You know, I am.
Wait, hold on, save it. No, you can say what team you over because you know we can talk about comics and all this. Like,
I'm just gonna say I am team. It's hard. I'm team DC, but Marvel just do it better. Like it's a struggle.
Team DC for animated movies. Team Marvel for live action.
Yeah. Oh, and you know, so when we get off camera, that because this reminds me, I'm gonna tell you what movie I saw for the first time. I can't do it on camera because
because when I hit you, I'm like, no, you guys. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. And your boy down is darling, the same dude, the main dude, never the lame dude.
I am Joelle Bayaa-Uzuri, aka your man's first choice. Join us next week for Watch Club, where we will talk about the latest episode of Insecure and what we are watching. We probably will also be talking about the Matrix movie, but definitely join us next Monday at 8:30 Central Standard Time. We will see you all later. Bye.